Hello, hello, and welcome to Lady Arcader's Attract Mode. For those of you who have not gotten the notice already, keep your calendars open for next weekend, where we're having our second annual charity event, the Lady Arcader's Super Showcase. It's happening the 6th through the 9th of July. Just about a week away. Make sure to check in on our schedule. It's very nice. And we hope that you'll mark our calendars and join us as we raise money for CARE. That being said, submissions for Attract Mode are always open, so if you missed the window for last, you can always submit for this very showcase that you're watching right now. We look forward to having you submit anything that you love. It could be a game, it could be a crafting experience, it could be an unhinged rant. We have a wide variety of content, much like the very fantastic run that we have planned for you tonight. Starting very soon is going to be a Glitchless Fatherless % run of Remorse the List by AstridTheHorrorGirl. Take it away, Astrid.
Hello, I am AstridTheHorrorGirl, and this is my game. This is me. This is what I do. I do horror games. I speedrun them. I go fast. That is what AstridTheHorrorGirl is about. Remorse the List means a lot to me. I routed this game, found all the paths, did all the pathing, did a lot of work to try to get the game to where it is. I think that it's a fantastic horror game, and I love talking about it, and I'm super excited to do just that, especially with the lovely and wonderful people that are joining me, much less the incredible BigScared. So, this game, we're right after the tutorial, so the game starts when we go through this door right here. So, if we are syncing up a timer, timer would start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hungary. So first, I always try to see if I can get the jump over this. I got it, sweet. Because I love the Lady Arcader so much, I'm going to go a little bit off script and pet this dog. This is for BigScared, and also this is for the Lady Arcaders, and also this is for Metroid Crime. Thank you for having me in here and putting up with me. I appreciate that. So, first, we're gonna get going to get our stuff. We're trying to bring back our memories. We're looking for very specific stuff in the game. Memories of our character to remind us of what happened and how we can grow from the situation or be self-destructive. It is kind of up to us. So first we do electrical work. This is what it's like to be an electrician, everyone. When you open these boxes, this is what's in here. Trust me. And
incredible.
I know, electrician work. I can grab that key even though it's technically not available yet. There's a whole animation for the key coming out, but it's there once you complete the puzzle. You just can't see it. We just unlock this gate, even though we're not going to open it yet, because later there's going to be a whole bunch of monsters here, and fighting monsters takes time, and so does opening that gate. So it's better to just open it instead of go into the inventory and do it when we come back through here on that route. One of the reasons I'm really excited that BigScared is joining me is because also a horror fan and also a fan of storytelling that is like this. So I'm super excited that you're here. You're gonna have to put up with me as I just talk about how great this game is.
Haha. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. And more appropriately, chat is trapped in here with both of us. We are looking you directly in your eyes, chat, with prolonged eye contact. How does that make you feel?
Letting that dude run out and be scary. And I'm gonna come over here. And, Snake Friend. Goodbye, Snake Friend. I'm afraid that I Do not wish to be impeded by you. We're gonna run over here where there's Bob, just doing some office work. What's up, Bob? Just coming on through, grabbing a crowbar. You don't mind. Bob doesn't mind. It's fine. We go down this hallway and we enter Television Purgatory. There we are. And we're gonna equip a weapon. We're gonna get these things out of there because everything you grab in the inventory orientates to the top, and we want to leave it as free as possible for other things. Television Purgatory over. We may now continue with our scheduled broadcast. Once again, there's a whole animation for the crowbar doing stuff, but we can just click on it because we selected the item. At one point in time, the developer of this game played a Silent Hill game, one of the classics, you know? And they decided, I'm tired of how people can just run past the monsters. These monsters have to be faster than the players. So for a lot of these monsters, we have to kill them, unlike in a lot of similar style horror games where we would just be running past them. This game is actually very inspired by Silent Hill because it is very inspired from Cry of Fear, which wears its influence of Silent Hill on its sleeve by making very direct references.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about other influences too, because I was getting a little bit of like Outlast vibes until you picked up the gun.
Yeah.
That's the big difference there. If this were an Outlast game, you would not have a gun.
This is true.
If this were an Amnesia game, you would not have a gun. Or maybe you would, it just wouldn't be used for self-defense, it would be used for something like platforming. It's
true, the new Amnesia, you do have a gun, but it's weighing your options of, are you gonna waste the bullets on protecting yourself or actually making progress in the game? Because that's the cruel fate that frictional games doomed us to when we started an Amnesia game. There's a slideshow going on. We're just pressing through it. There's a whole bunch of information appearing in that slideshow right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the most important information right here. Astrid is a pro gamer, especially at this game, and she's fantastic. There you go. That's the PowerPoint.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That's the whole PowerPoint right there.
Well, thanks. I really do appreciate this game a whole lot. We're gonna grab this toy car over here, and that will be the first of the memories that we need to get back. We missed that sign because I was petting a dog at the time. But there's these memories to get: a photograph, a toy car, and a bloody sweater. And they all correspond to a significant event that led to what's going on in this game. Much like many other horror games, this game tells its story through its environment. So all of the monsters in this game, the bosses, and some of the environment things all correspond to a specific spot in the story than what's being told. It's very symbolic and is very telling of the trauma that our character has gone through and such. There's another snake friend that's going to come out here. Snake friends are just unfortunately very, very fast. And down into the sewers, because what's a horror game without a moment where you go down into the sewers? We're grabbing another piece of paper. We grabbed one in the house earlier, or the apartment, I should say, earlier. We need one more of these papers to get into the hospital.
Because of course there's a hospital segment.
Yep, there's a hospital segment, a sewer segment, abandoned house segments galore. It's everything you want from your horror gaming experience, truly. There's our floating pal here. I'm gonna reload. The timing on reloading is actually crucial for the speedruns because once you're reloading, you are doing nothing else. So if you were intending on doing multiple things, you should have thought of that before you reloaded. I just pulled that guy out because fighting 2 dudes at the same time, specifically with this individual, is so not the business because this person is a bullet sponge and they do a lot of damage.
They move so fast.
They do.
The way that enemy just ran up on you made my stomach drop. I was like, no!
Yeah, it's a rude person and just so fast and floaty and stuff.
Why you gotta move like that?
All right, done with that conversation we were having. We are now going to get to the hospital and probably lose a little bit of health, but hopefully not. There's a TV-faced friend here. Yeah, there you go. All right, cool. Hopefully that baited them enough that I can do menuing fast enough to not get hit by them. Please, I hear you right behind me. Alright, and now we can go into the hospital. Alright, now that we are in here, we can fight another floating friend over here. Oh, you took extra damage. Please stop. Thank you. Alright. This person, they don't have much of a body. I never say that about anyone, just this person here.
Yeah, they really are everything but a torso.
Yeah. Okay, so see, toy car goes up there. We want the shotgun. We're gonna take this to heal ourselves because that was big painful. Now that we have our shotgun out, just want to make sure that we grab this and the shotgun shells. There's very specific ammo that I pick up and ones that I do not. Oh, you took 3 shots. Because ideally you have just enough ammo with these weapons to make it to a specific spot and not have to worry about too many other parts of the game that require you to shoot your way through. Alright, around this corner we have Stuck in the Wall Friend. By the way, this is merch you can get for the game, is have your own Stuck in the Wall Friend. That you can, like, put your face into, like, something at, like, the movie theater or something. It's official merch for the game, and it's wonderful. I kind of want it.
That's incredible.
It is. I love it so much.
I'm trying to, like, visualize him. I'm like, I need this? If only to fully comprehend its magnitude.
It's true. I kind of want it myself. Also to support the developer, because this is their first full-size game. They worked on horror mods before this. There was one big one that they did called Gray for Half-Life 2 Episode 2. That was really good, though extremely hard. But it was a lot of fun. And this was their first full-length game, and I really, really am just happy for them because this game did pretty well for them.
So what made you decide to route this out and start running it?
Basically, I played this game and had so much fun. I was like, oh, I gotta see what the speedruns for this game are, and saw nothing. And went, no way. No way. There's no way that people are just not running this game, but yeah, no one was running this, so I went, I think I know what I have to do.
You killed it, didn't you?
By the way, this is entirely random how many that takes to go up. Sometimes it's the first one, sometimes it takes way too many times like that. So we're putting these things in the furnace and burning them. You can just do a normal boss fight against Agnes here. But if you do that, you get the bad ending. And also, it takes way longer to do it that way. So it is actually faster to get the good ending in this game. By a lot, too. Because all the decisions you would make to get the bad ending just take longer. And this is one of the instances where you can see that in the actual fight where you would use your guns and stuff. It takes longer, actually doing a legitimate boss fight. But if you find the little items in the room and throw them in the furnace, it's a lot faster. Not even close. Like, you save minutes doing the good ending way.
That's really interesting. And from a design perspective, that really bucks a lot of like survival horror tropes and expectations, right? Like you go in and you're like, oh, the bad ending's gonna be faster because I don't have to do all this extra stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Not the case.
I felt that way too, but it makes sense for the story because, and this is something that I've actually said just in general about things like, because this game is called Remorse the List, and very much you're trying to figure out how you are going to deal with your remorse. And you could either be very self-destructive about it and hateful, or you can let it change you for the better. And it is actually, the way this game approaches it is harder to be the bad person. You have to make that decision. You have to actively decide to choose a very cruel way to go forward. And I kind of like that about the game. Right now we're just running back to turn in those memories and empty our inventory out. I've tried before to be like, okay, so how about we get all the items? It's just not feasible because your inventory fills up real fast and you have to do a lot of menuing to tackle the inventory when you have just your spaces filled up the way that you would if you decided to go with this approach of taking everything back at once. So it's better to drop these things off. It saves a little bit of time. I don't actually know how much time, but it's a noticeable amount. All right. We're just gonna take the photograph in the car and drop those off there. And get ourselves going. This time we're gonna go through that door that we used the key on earlier. So something I haven't incorporated is that if you save your game and load your game in a segment where you have messed with monsters and they've kind of moved, they will not respawn. They will be exactly where you left them. And I wondered if I could use that for a run, but I just haven't found a way that is useful for speed.
Is there an in-game timer you can manipulate?
There is an end-game timer. I've never thought about manipulating that. That would be interesting.
Right? Because we could...
Hold on one second. There is a jump scare in here, everyone. Just letting you know. All right. Sorry to interrupt. Just wanted to give that warning.
No, you're good. We could envision a world where maybe the quick save, quick load doesn't add to the timer, but it does still manipulate the enemy movement and placement, right?
That's a good point. I like that. I personally am on the side of, I really like speedrun, like the craziest speedrun rules for things of like just making things where it's like, hey, what if someone wanted to do this run, you know? As a moderator myself, I'd be like, more than likely, yes. What was that idea? Amazing, perfect. I'll make a category for that. Wonderful. There's only this fast individual that needs to be disposed of out here. Because there's Frank and Steve. There you are. They're pretty slow. You can run past them. They're really not bothering anyone. I don't see a reason to ruin their evening. So there's some other folks, however, that are very fast, and therefore they just have to go.
Yeah, we got some love for Frank and Steve in chat. Just a couple guys being dudes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
This one, however, not so much.
No, absolutely no chill there. And then there's this person who is... We're standing here, by the way, because eventually Snake Person's gonna come out. I kind of want to mess with their routing a little bit so that I can mess with other Snake Person who comes around this corner. All right. And I go in, I switch my weapons instead of reloading because, again, reloading takes time. And you can't do anything else once you've started reloading. Ooh, you did not get stunned by that shot. There's a specific route to take in here because there's other things that spawn over there and can meet us on our way out. So you don't want to cross these specific lines that you can't see in the game. So I don't want to trigger anything. But we did it, and we are out of here. And now we can reload our pistol because we have time. Frank and Steve will let us do our thing. They're probably hanging out by a telephone pole. Yeah, they are. No, telephone pole, lantern. They hang out there. Now that we're going this way, though, they've decided to leave and follow us to see what we're doing. We are building a bomb. A pipe bomb.
Maybe they're right for trying to see what we're up to.
Yeah. We, I mean, I just think that, you know, some people should mind their own business and stuff, but... All right. Do this. We stand in a specific spot here to try to get this friend stuck. Oh, they didn't get stuck. Very well. All right. There's a whole puzzle and thing to do to get the solution for this, but Astrid knows the solution, so it's fine. But it's so elaborate and ridiculous. You have to go and find items. There's key. You go to the hardware store. You get some antlers. But I know the answer, so it's okay. We don't have to do all of that.
So no antlers?
No antlers. They go on that person over there.
Wow.
Ideally, this takes 2 shots. 2 shots.
I know folks were expressing love for the snake enemy. I really like the box enemy.
Box friend is pretty legit. I'll be honest with you.
It's a good design.
Mm-hmm. I agree. There's a red outline friend. The only way that their attacks hit you is if you're standing still. But this being a speedrun, there's not going to be a lot of that happening. So we're just going for it, you know. I'm actually going to heal real quick because I just noticed that my health is in a bit of a spot. And this person can damage me. I spent more shotgun ammo than I would have liked as well, which means that I actually have to spend some ammo here. Okay. And there's these friends, and we'll take care of them on the way back, because we're going to get the assault rifle, and once you have that, you don't need any other weapon in the game for the run at all. But we need these shots for this dude, because sometimes they take a bit. Okay. This is good. Please stop doing that, game. I don't know why you like doing that. Okay. And we grab the angle grinder because we need to angle grind a little bit later. All right. So, BigScared is great, and so are the Lady Arcaders, and I'm very, very honored to be here, and I'm super thrilled to have BigScared here talking with me as I just talk about how great this game is, because it really is great. And there was like this moment when Metroid Crime reached out being all like, hey, do you want to join Lady Arcaders? And I was like, me? And because everyone in the Lady Arcaders is fantastic and wonderful people, and I feel very like honored and humbled to be amongst this crowd. So thank you again, and BigScared, you're great, and I'm happy that you're with me on these comms.
Meanwhile, I'm over here like, oh my god, Astrid's doing a run. I gotta get in on that. She's so cool. So, like, I'm crying in the club, gamer. I'm crying in the club right now.
There's Antler Friend. I'm sorry, we have no antlers for you. Alright. But yeah, there's a very specific reason to kill the enemies that you kill in the run, and reasons why to avoid other ones. For instance, I killed those folks out there because we're going to be angle grinding. And when you're angle grinding, you can be doing nothing else. There is only angle grind, and you have to stand there and do it while things can interact with you. So they have to not be there to interact. Snake Friend.
Chat, it's very important. The whole time we're angle grinding, I need you to send energy. Give Astrid all of your energy. Power her up while she grinds at an angle. I expect to see it.
Thank you very much. Friend, no. Okay. We're gonna grab this key. 77 health should be enough. We have to lose health coming up here, so I just want to make sure that we have enough that we'll be safe after. Alright. The reason is because of this first-person platforming section here. You'll see these segments of broken glass. They shoot us up in the air, and we do need to go up in the air. But it hurts us while we do because it's broken glass. So you literally can't do this part with extremely low health. You have to make sure that you have a good amount of health to do this. Alright. And I get a little bit nervous sometimes if my health is like under 80. I'm just like, ooh, I don't know. Alright, we got the bottom half of the key. We grabbed the other half of the key earlier. I just did it very quickly. It was in a box. That was when I was complaining about, oh, I hope that I can do this fast and not lose health. Alright, so now we gotta go all the way back to where we were before, where we got the angle grinder the first time, and head on over to actually use both half of these keys. This is a good time to talk about how Lass is coming up.
It is. It's happening from the 6th to the 9th of July, which is next week. What's the thing that you're looking forward to about Last the most, Astrid?
It's a speedrun marathon that a lot of my speedrun friends are in. And, like, basically with any speedrun, like, I've said before to lots of people, I've basically only played horror games my entire life. So it's a really cool moment for me to be, with any speedrunning event, to be exposed to games that I normally am not. And I love seeing how people are just like, look at this game I'm incredibly passionate about that I've never heard of. And seeing people go fast and it's like, wow, that's fascinating. But then you realize, you take it back and you're like, this is for charity. This is actually for a good cause. And Lass is a really, really cool moment of just like showcases of gaming and really just excellent speedrunning done by really excellent people for a really excellent cause. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm pretty ecstatic about raising money for CARE. They do really great work in a wide variety of ways. I know a couple years ago they did a lot of mobilization around the Ukraine crisis, but they are also like widely active in like social justice issues, domestic issues, all sorts of stuff. So the chance to support that organization rocks.
Very excellent. All right, I regret to inform you that these keyboards you're about to see actually slow you down. So like, there's this whole slalom thing that I do because if they hit you, you go significantly slower. Also, this puzzle, it's one of my favorite puzzles in like any horror game, and it, like, whenever I do it, I'm just like, everyone, please understand that I absolutely love this puzzle, and I'm not doing it justice by just putting the answer in. It's really cool. Hello, friend. This is another moment where you get a choice. And we're choosing routes where we choose to grieve instead of do revenge. And if you choose revenge, you have to do like a little bit more platforming than that little jump that I just did. So again, it's another option of the game being like, you have to go slower. You have to do more work if you're gonna do the bad ending. Now we have the bloody shirt and we can go back. All right. This part's a lot of fun. You're gonna see a lot of like blackness here. And that is because there is a specific route through this game that I just kind of know. But through there's a whole like push this light to go to this light and look at the story that it illuminates. Look at all this cool stuff. And instead I'm like, I just know where to go, because even though it's pitch black. And that took me probably longest to route out than any single little moment in the game. Also,
just pure trial and error?
Yeah, just loading save and being like, okay, last time I could go left in that blackness. Let's try it going right, okay? And it was just eventually memorizing that and getting like the muscle movement of moving around in there.
That's impressive.
It's just me being a fan of this game.
And also a professional gamer, chat. I'm telling you, Astrid here is a professional.
Well, thank you. So this game is very much juggling your stamina. I've been doing that the whole thing, but like If you run out of stamina, you pay for it. They make you go slow for a very long time, and I don't want to. I want to go fast. Frank, Steve, good to see ya. Oh, see, I ran out of stamina. Now I have to go slow. Alright, there we go. Luckily, I think our bodiless friend got stuck on a tree back there, so that's nice. I am going to heal here because the Boo friends, the Boo brothers, named after the Scooby-Doo characters, they come around here and they're awful. This is a lot of listening to sounds to try to not get hit by them and restore stamina. Okay. Alright, awesome. They're not that bad, and sometimes you can get lucky and they don't know what they're doing. But it's best to listen for when they really run up on you or when they're floating at you. If their footsteps stop, that means that they're floating. And if they start moving towards you, that means they have to like wind up towards it when you can hear their feet. There's just a whole lot going on. Alright, we are... Oh, my friend. But didn't expect you there. We're on our way back to the main area. We will turn in the bloody shirt. Little jumps to get up the stairs further. Alright, there's only one snake friend here who is going to try to stop me from doing bloody shirt things. And then there's also outline person. We're just gonna try to coax them to attack us. There we go. Now we should be just able to turn in the shirt and wait for this to go. So this is right where we started, and right through this fence is where the end game is. We run up here to our old bedroom, and oh, that is my old bedroom. I don't feel so good. Time to collapse in front of the Pokeball rug. And now we do some more first-person platforming. The floor gives out on you after a while, so there's a whole timing thing, and these little rods that spin around, they look pretty pathetic, but like they bounce you right off. They really get ya if you run into them. All right, crawl in here and use the flashlight for the only time we need it in the run. There's a whole bunch of like batteries to find around, but during the run we really only need it here. You can't turn it on in that little spot before where I was like, it's pitch black. Like, they literally won't let you turn it on. So there's a whole bunch of faces here, and they use their breath to kind of pull you or push you away from certain things. And sometimes it makes you go faster, sometimes it slows you down, but you can also kill them, and it's just a waste of ammo. In my experience, especially if you're doing the father fight, which notably, we are not. That will just heal all my wounds, and now we can go in to this fight. Even though this looks like a cutscene, it's kind of not, and we're going to heal up, or we're gonna put some health in our inventory, rather, just so we're ready. And we just have to turn these gears, or these wheels, I should say. They're gonna drop little gooey friends, little red squishmallows at us. Now, we can't use the same one twice, so you use the vents on the floor to kind of orientate yourself, and you do not go on the ramps too early, because you can get locked in, and you're just soft-locked there, unfortunately. So this one's by that vent, gotcha. You want to kill them as fast as possible. The rifle makes that pretty easy. I almost went too soon. My heart sank right there. All right, time is coming up. And in this hole is time. That's the game.
GG. Well under your estimate. Congratulations.
Sweet. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. If I have a little time, I'd like to show you just one thing in the game. If we were a little bit underestimate, it will not take long.
About 5 minutes underestimate.
Okay, this will take like 2 minutes, hopefully. I just want to show off the any % route, which is different from the glitchless route. I found this out by myself and also with some suggestions from my community who were watching me play. But basically, we save there and then immediately load the save. And now we go back. We didn't break those boxes for a specific reason. Because when you reload the save, the boxes go back to where they were. And we can hopefully do something cool. Nope, that sent the box flying into the sky. We just load the save. Ideally, you get it on the first try, but it happens. Again, box flying into the sky. Essentially, what the boxes are supposed to do, like I said, with the, you bring back all the items and you bring them there, the boxes can push you into the sky. Like that. And from there, we can manipulate our momentum to get ourselves to get over into that property.
This is incredible.
And now we've skipped the entire game, and we can just do that little last section if we so wanted.
But do you have to fight the father if you do this?
Yes.
So, any % is not fatherless, but glitchless can be.
No, you can do that skip without that, but yeah, it's a whole thing.
Impressive. Thank you so much for showcasing this.
Yes. Thank you very much for being here and hanging out with me. That is Remorse the List. Thank you. And
where can these lovely people find you, should they choose to do so?
Oh, I stream on twitch.tv/AstridTheHorrorGirl. That is mostly where I do pretty much everything. I speedrun, I play horror games, and I either do them casually or I speedrun them. I play other things too occasionally sometimes, but that's mostly what I do. And yeah, Lady Arcaders, thank you for having me here. And BigScared, thank you for being the best. And NBZ, I know you're there. Thank you for being incredible with the work that you do as well. And Crime, thank you for bringing me to this group. Everyone, you're wonderful. Lady Arcaders are wonderful. And everyone in the chat, you're all cute. Isn't that incredible?
I would hit you with a no you, but instead I'm going to hit you with the and you. And you. Everyone in chat, stay tuned. We're going to take a very brief break, and then we'll have some announcements, and then we'll be raiding out. But that's it for Astrid's Run. Stay tuned, everybody. Hello again, chat. Thank you so much for being here today for our showcase of Remorse the List, our Glitchless Fatherless run with Astrid the Horror Girl. It was a fantastic run and an extra special showcase because we also got to see that any % route. Don't forget that Lady Arcaders is an all-women's gaming collective that runs weekly showcases, as well as our charity event. Our next one is next week. It's LAS. I hope to see you there. We strive to uplift and encourage women in gaming endeavors by cultivating a supportive environment which showcases their talents. Don't forget that all funds raised through bits, subscriptions, and coffee payments are put towards running these events, handling tech, and as well as our hosting stuff here at Lady Arcaders. And we very much appreciate your support, whether it's being here in chat, sharing the stream, showing your friends the schedule for LAS, which is up now, or, contributing financially as well. Next time on Attract Mode, we are having some very colorful adventures. On our final Attract Mode before LAS starts, Pico will be herding up some slimes? That's right. She's going to become a slime rancher. Any percent glitchless run. And then right after that, we're going to have Roadkill Revenge, giving us a primer on Caves of Could, a pen and paper inspired roguelike, and actually roguelike, with sentient plants. Is everything safe around here? I'm starting to get a little scared. Or maybe I'm big scared. Either way, catch them on Sunday, July 2nd at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't go anywhere, chat. We are about to raid out to Root Origin, who's playing a lovely game called Dread. You might know it. It's part of the Metroid franchise. So please, grab your favorite emote, drop it in chat when we get there, and in the meantime, we'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your night.